Greetings, and thank you for tuning in to SNN, the Southern News Network, where all the great things at Southern Regional are shared with this very special and supportive community of ours. I'm Craig Henry, and this is our second episode of Good to See You, Can't Wait to See You, which is a way for us in this unusual time of pandemic, COVID-19 social distancing, for us to try to maintain a sense of identity for the teams and the different performing groups to be able to reconnect and kind of remember that we are still a group and that it's only a matter of time before we get together and get to spend time together like we haven't in now 7 weeks. But that being said, I want to welcome to the set our women's lacrosse coach and the two captains of the team, Coach Lori Johnson, who's sitting 6 feet plus to my left, and sitting in the far end of the studio, Captain Erica Barbero. And also not on set yet, but we will craftily do some switching without compromising anyone's health or social distancing. Captain Maitland DeMann, who's not on set yet. I don't know if a camera will get to her now, but she'll be on set in a little while. So I want to thank everybody for being here. I know probably it was something you were very anxious about and eager to come on campus, because I don't think anybody's been on campus since March 13th. So that'll start the conversation. Erica, the last time I saw you was Friday, March 13th, about noon, in the lobby of the 1112 house by the big pillars there, and you said to me, or you asked me at that time, do you think we're still going on Monday? And I thought, I wasn't sure if you meant to school. I assumed you meant to the McKinley School, because we had that Captain's Day where we were taking student leaders to McKinley. And I paused because I knew that there was rumblings, and I said, well, it all depends on what the governor does. And that was the last time I saw you, and I don't know how you felt, but I didn't foresee any of the drastic changes that we have been asked to comply with, rightfully so. So it's good seeing you again.
You too.
And that being said, how have the last 6-7 weeks been for you since that day of March 13th?
They've been interesting. It's really been an emotional roller coaster up and down. Some days are a lot harder than others, especially because this last weekend when the seniors were supposed to be in Disney. It was really hard being home knowing that that's where we should be having a bunch of fun, and we were at home with our schoolwork and just our families. But it's also, some days are also fun, being with your family, playing games, watching movies, and the little things in the little days just make you smile. The other day, a few of us met up at the track, and we were just walking the track and just sitting in the parking lot talking, of course being 6 feet apart. But the little things, just seeing people smile, it's been good too.
And that's how I've experienced this too. It's little things that when you least expect it, that one, summon emotion and get you all upset because I see something, or like Sammy Zarillo painting the walk the other day. And then there's other things that make you count your blessings and go, rejoice. Like for me, this is a rejoice moment right now. Talking about rejoicing and things that give you moments to reflect, we have a lot of the women's lacrosse team have kind of popped in at various times of this broadcast with messages, and we're going to start off with Skylar Falk. Skylar, what do you got?
Hi, my name is Skylar Falk. I am on Southern Girls Lacrosse team, and I am a sophomore. The thing that I miss most about lacrosse and the season is the connections we all had and how close we all were. Although this is only my second year, I feel like I've been with this team for forever, because we all treat each other with so much respect and so much love that you just feel like a family right away. I miss the bus rides to away games. They were honestly the most fun things ever. And I miss all of my seniors. I don't even have words to say how sorry I am. And I hope you guys do get your season that, the senior season that you've been waiting for your whole life. So I hope you guys are all staying safe, and I hope we get back out there before Memorial Day. Bye, guys.
Hey, thanks, Skylar. What a great message. Now, we talked before the broadcast about that some of these pop-ins might summon some emotion, and that's okay. That being said, back to Erica. So how is the remote learning working for you? I know we've emailed a couple times, and so we'll leave names out of it, but some workloads are light, some workloads are heavy. In general, how's it working?
It's going pretty well. I like it for the most part that you have your work assigned and you have all day to do it, or some teachers give you the whole week to do their lessons, which is nice because you can then do it at your own pace. At times, the workload is more than you would get in the normal classroom, which is kind of hard, but you just have to get through it. And for me personally, a lot of my core classes were finishing up when we were still in school, and it was just going to be reviewing for the AP test and just fun, like building rockets was one class we were supposed to be doing. So for the most part, it's just been reviewing in our class, so we haven't had to teach ourselves any new material, which is kind of nice. So that part has been good.
Now, when are you getting your work done? Are you on a regular school schedule, or I know I have become nocturnal, which is making mornings just like wasted time. So what's it become for you?
Yeah, so I'm also nocturnal, and I don't wake up until usually after 12. I usually begin my schoolwork after the normal school day would end.
Okay, yeah. I think talking to a lot of the students, that's become the norm. A lot of new norms in this unusual time. Well, I want to commend you also, one, for bringing a concern to my attention, and as I emailed you Friday, we're continuing to work on that. But by bringing that concern to my attention, I looked into overall how you're doing. You're plowing through with straight A's, so your GPA's got to be, moving in the right direction. It's already great GPA, but so congratulations on adjusting your time schedule, but still maintaining the high excellence that you've maintained for the last 4 years.
Thank you.
Now, to Coach, again, thank you for assembling this, and this is my first question directed to you, but I want to start off by just, again, your leadership is so helpful in these kind of unusual times, and thank you for assembling your leadership team to be here with me today in the studio. That said, how have you been finding this period, and how are you staying in touch with the girls with expectations and team messages and so forth?
We have a giant remind group that I send stick workouts and other conditioning workouts to the girls. I try to do it probably 2 or 3 days a week. We did a big Zoom, Erica, probably like 2 weeks ago I think I had 50 girls on a Zoom, so that was fun, but it was a little chaotic too because everyone's trying to say something, and so it got a little crazy. I've FaceTimed the seniors, and then I think last Thursday or Tuesday, right before they were supposed to leave for the senior trip, we did a Zoom with them. So and our Instagram, we've been doing Instagram takeovers with each grade level. So kind of, having the girls pop in and out with each other and things like that. Giving a positive message and telling them, stay healthy, stay safe, and, keep staying positive through this whole thing, and that we're all there for each other.
Well, but no doubt that social media has certainly, in all the different avenues of social media, has been an asset in times like this, and so I'm glad to hear that you're using it to the degree you are. Hey, we got another pop-in. It's Katie Cotter coming in. Katie, what do you got for us?
Hi, my name is Kate Cotter, and the thing I miss most about lacrosse is definitely game days and the bus rides to and from. Whether we lost or won, it was always fun.
Hey, thanks, Katie. And I'll tell you what, we got to talk a little bit more later about this bus ride, because it seems to me that's a recurring theme. So remember, we got videotapes on those bus rides. Erica, we kind of already touched this in the last question, but the volume of workload, it's different by course. Overall, how do you address it if you feel that there's an imbalance? Do you have a way to communicate with a teacher, or what's that look like?
Yeah, so the teachers, they like you to either email them personally, or there's private messaging on Classroom, which the teachers usually get notification, so they like that. And you just send a private comment, and most of the time, if you have a lot of work that day and you just say, I have a lot of work, is it okay if I get this to you tomorrow? They're usually very understanding of that.
Cool. And so the teachers also, most things are, when you have a question, is that question usually answered immediately, by the end of the day, by sometime tomorrow? Like, what's the time frame on those interactions?
Some questions that you ask, they'll answer within 5 minutes. Other times, they're only checking their emails during the school day, so they might answer the next day, like during the school day. But most of the time, it's pretty fast. Yeah,
well, because I'm curious, because I know that in my own interactions, I find myself constantly going to the phone, which is where my email and all the text messages are. So I kind of feel like I'm responding more rapid fire than I typically would if we were in school. So there maybe is some positives that, coming out of this. Okay, we have another pop-in. This time it's Shay Johnson.
I'm Shay Johnson, and the thing I miss most about lacrosse is the girls and making memories with them.
Thanks, Shay. I'm sure that's something that is transferable to all the athletes and all the members of the women's lacrosse program. Coach, you're a phys ed teacher, so I get it, how a language arts, how a math, how a science teacher with that kind of structured academic curriculum is working through this. What is a physical education teacher doing during this time?
It's a little rough. It's completely opposite of what we're used to. I mean, during the day, we're active. I actually get really involved with my students. I think our first activity was supposed to be pickleball, and it's probably besides floor hockey, pickleball is one of my favorite phys ed activities to play with my students. So and now what we're doing is we have them do a nutrition plan and then workouts, and they have to record, the resting heart rates, active heart rates, and everything like that. So I'm basically just reading what they're eating throughout the day and commenting, oh, that sounds really good, or what kind of workout. If they say I did a YouTube workout, I have to ask them, what kind of YouTube workout did you do? And so there's some pros and cons. I think more cons than pros right now as a phys ed teacher, because there's so much less interaction. So it's a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, that's as I asked the question because that was my initial degree, and that's where I spent my formative years in Southern, was in the phys ed environment. And I looked nothing more forward to that bell ringing, and out comes my next set of warriors, and here we go, and that's all gone. So let me ask you this: does virtual Madden count? Does NBA? Does that count as phys ed time?
They haven't said that, actually. No, I've had a couple kids say they do Wii with their little brothers and sisters, which is cool because they're doing family time with, their siblings, which is kind of neat. I've had a girl enjoy the HIIT workout so much that she subscribed to it.
Okay.
So, in my eyes, that's a little bit of a bonus too, because she's truly getting something out of it.
Well, that's what, before all this started, I'd see in the cardio room and in the weight room, students using their own app with, take your pick of all the different apps that are out there, where they're doing fitness or strength training, depending on what regiment they were in. And from what I hear, that's now being used widely by the students, whether they're getting phys ed credit or not. I don't know if they're thinking about that, but I see the more fit-oriented students using these apps to guide them. So that's something you would give credit to?
Yeah, I'm 100%. Absolutely. If they said they did a HIIT workout, or the platform ones that Coach Obato has put together for our student athletes, if our girls said to me, oh, coach, this is what I'm doing,
Good.
So
it counts.
It's kind of cool. Yes.
But again, from a phys ed standpoint, nothing beats when that bell rings and they come running into the gym.
No, it's awesome, and that's probably what I miss the most, the interaction with my students.
No doubt. Hey, we got another pop-in. This time it's Emma Galera. Emma, what do you got for us?
Hey guys, it's me, Emma Galera from the girls lacrosse team. I just wanted to pop in and say that I miss you all so much, and I really wish that we were out there playing all together right now, but with the unfortunate circumstances, I hope that we're all staying home safe and healthy and, getting our physical activity in. I know I've been getting our sticks in our hands, just working hard with all the extra free time. Get off your phones for a little bit, go outside, shoot, have a catch with your mom or your dad or your siblings. I know that yesterday I was out literally until I couldn't see anymore. It was so dark shooting, just things like that, using this free time to become better versions of what we were before so we can come back together stronger than ever. So yeah, I miss you guys so much, and I hope you're all doing well, and hopefully I'll see you soon. So yeah, bye guys.
Hey, thanks, Emma. What a great message, and embedded within that, lots of good messages from Emma, but becoming better versions of what we were before. I think that's something that we've all got to embrace, because you got to take some good out of all this, and that's a great message. So thank you, Emma, for that. And look who joined us on that transition. We had a smooth, athletic-oriented transition. Celebrated Maitland DeMann has replaced Coach Johnson. Coach, you guys did a great job of that switch. Nobody even saw it happen. It was like magic. So Maitland, thanks for being here today, and thanks for being on set with me. I asked Erica, but I want to get your perspective. How's the remote learning working for you, and what adaptations have you been experiencing?
I think, like Erica said, the communication between teachers and students is almost flawless. Whether, like she said, the teachers answer very quickly, between 5 minutes, and if it's not during the school hours, like, I get it, and they'll answer the next morning promptly. They're really understanding about whether we have complications with certain, like for AP Physics, one time our college board, there was a problem with it, so we couldn't do it. So she was completely okay with it, obviously. I mean, if it's not working, we can't do it. but they're really understanding and helpful with all that's going on.
And how's the workload balance? Is it the same, greater than, less than, equal to when we were here actually going from bell to bell?
I think it is a lot more. Personally, in a normal school day, I wouldn't have homework in every single class. And with this remote learning, you have to have homework for every class. So I think it's quite a bit more. But like Erica said, some of our teachers are giving us an assignment over the course of a week, which is really helpful also.
Okay, but it's manageable though?
Yes.
Okay, so because I think our teaching staff is second to none, that goes without saying, and I know that the times where students have asked for extra time or just made a subtle statement about the load, it's a little bit much. I think teachers have been very responsive to that. And like all things, this was new, so I think our teaching staff, particularly in that first week, and then in the week coming back, you have a lot of time to think about what you're going to do, so you start pouring out all these little good ideas, and it becomes volume, then it becomes management. So don't be shy in letting the teacher know if there needs to be an adjustment of the time. Hey, we got another pop, and this time it's goalie Laura Ritchie. Lori, how are you?
Hi, I'm Laura Ritchie, and I'm a goalie on the lacrosse team. Some things I missed this year is practices and games because that brings our team together. I give a shout out to the seniors because they've been role models and my motivation to push harder every day I practice.
Thanks, Laura. And Maitland, again, to you because you're new to the set. So what do you like most about remote learning, and what do you like least about remote learning?
To be honest, I don't like it at all. I miss my friends, I miss my teachers, I miss walking down the hall and seeing people and saying hi. I miss just sitting in a desk. I don't like being home 24 hours of the day. I mean, I love spending time with my family and being with them, but school is so much fun, and I don't like not being able to ask a question in person and have to go through email or private messages. So I think the contact with people.
Great answer. I like that answer. And although I didn't have dual questions until the next question, I want to go to Erica and make this a dual question. So what are your thoughts about, do you like remote learning versus in-school learning? Which do you prefer?
Definitely in-school learning, because of Maitland, what she said too. The social aspect of school just helps make the learning fun. At home, like, you're alone and you have to do the learning yourself. But when you're in school, you have your friends to do it with, you have like your teachers, and you can just have fun while doing it.
Yeah, well, I think that's for the Southern community, that's the consensus. I know other schools, it's been a lot of high fives. Yay, we're out of here. I think because of the special culture that we have here, the special Southern family that we've created here, I think that we all miss that FaceTime. I know you're reflecting on missing time with teachers and seat time in the class. I personally miss walking down the hall and going, hey, Erica, what's going on? Hey, Maddie, how you doing? I can't tell you. I walk down the hall and I look at the banners, and I go, hey, guys, quietly, because I miss you so much. Hey, we got Lauren Sauer popping in. Lauren, what do you got?
Hi, my name is Lauren Sauer. I'm a junior, and I just wanted to say how excited I was for this season, especially after winning A-South last year for the first time. And I'm so upset that the season was cut short, and I miss everything about the season, but I'm so grateful that I have one more year. And I hope I see everyone soon, and I hope you're all staying healthy.
Thanks, Lauren. Another question to both Maddie and to Erica. Now we've talked about sleep patterns are different, so what's a typical day now? Like, is this crack a light for you? Did I get you up early for this broadcast?
You got me up early, yeah.
So let's go through. What's a day look like?
So I usually sleep in around 12. I decide to wake up. I try to do a workout every day, and then I make breakfast or lunch around 2 o'clock, and then I begin all my schoolwork and hanging out at home for the day.
Breakfast at 2?
Yeah.
That sounds like something at Tiffany's anyway. So Maddie, so what's your day look like?
I'm kind of the opposite. I wake up most of the time, on average, probably around 9:30, and either, depending, like if it's a nice morning out, I'll go and get my workout in. My mom always makes breakfast for the family, so we have a nice breakfast together, talk about our day. And then I'll go and do homework, and then we just hang out and play games and watch movies.
And what's bedtime?
Bedtime is around, depending on the night, around midnight to 1 o'clock.
You're still getting up at 9:30. Oh, and what's bedtime for you? Is that I reckon what bedtime for you is like what, 4?
Around like 2.
Well, now I understand why you're getting up at the crack of noon.
Yeah.
So now both of you referred to workouts. So you get up at and then do a workout around 2 or thereabouts. So what is that workout?
I've been trying to do workout videos, like the HIIT workouts that Coach Johnson was talking about. And I took about a month off from running, but I'm trying to start running again.
Okay. And Maddie, what's your workout look like?
I got my summer strength and conditioning packet from my college, so I've been doing that every day, and they have us on a strict schedule for the week. So yeah, doing that every day and trying to better my stick skills. And
So is that an outdoor workout, an indoor workout, or combination?
It's an outdoor workout. We have strength and conditioning, and then we do like our speed and agility.
Okay. All right, cool. Looks like we have, no, before we get to our next drop-in, another question. So Saturday before Easter morning, a bunch of staff with the leadership of class advisors, Mrs. Bischoff and Mrs. Logue, we call it the sign sneak attack. They congregated at Mrs. Bischoff's house, divvied up the signs, and got all those signs planted. What was your impression when you saw the sign? Did you see it that night or the next morning?
I saw it that night.
Okay.
I had seen it on Snapchat stories, so I went out to my mom. I was like, Mom, look at these. She goes, how did you find out? I was like, well, I saw it on Snapchat. And she goes, well, you better go look for yours. So I went out to the front, and mine wasn't there yet. So, of course, I had to sit by the window and wait for it.
Like a kid at Christmas peeking to see if Santa got here. Did you catch the...
I did catch Miss Craig putting mine out.
Okay. Did she have a teammate, by the way?
I think so.
Okay.
I think she had a driver,
okay,
actually. But as she was getting back into her car, I snuck out the door, stayed at the door, and told her how much I missed her and all that. And then, but it was magical. I mean, you go to it's like little elves. Like you're a kid again, and you go to the front door, and there's a magical sign that just makes everything better. And for that moment, it did.
Oh,
and
that's
it was
awesome.
really special.
And I thank you for sending your picture. And you sent the picture, and you were squatting there that night with a picture, and we have that on the website if you haven't seen it yet. And Erica, what was that? Did you catch it that night or the next morning?
So I actually went to the sunset that night, and I was also on my phone looking at like Snapchat stories, and everyone was putting it on their stories because of how happy it made everyone. So I was like, oh, I can't wait to go home, like see if mine's there. And when I got home, it was there. And my mom was like, did you see it? I was like, yeah, but like I knew it was probably gonna be there. But it made us so happy. It was awesome that they did it all.
I'm glad it had that impact on you, and it had various impacts from sad to happy. But I think when it was all said and done, I think the message was how much everybody cares and misses you guys, and are hoping that we can put together committed to putting together the senior year closure that you all so richly deserve. Hey, we had another pop-in, senior Abby Melandra, one of my favorites of the senior class, swimmer, number 3, and just a great all-around person, a great all-around athlete. Abby, what do you got for us?
Hey girls, I'm Abby Melandro. I'm a senior and I'm number 3. I miss you guys so much, and I wish we could be playing together and making memories on and off the field. I'm very hopeful that we will have another game together and that I'll be able to wear my uniform one last time. I hope my days of lacrosse aren't over yet. I'll see you guys soon.
Hey, thanks, Abby. And I hope your days of lacrosse aren't over, and I hope you get to wear that uniform at least more than one time. I asked, this is the second episode, as I said, so I had also asked the same question to Noah and Cade. What are your thoughts and hopes for the two big senior? There's a lot of senior events that go on here at Southern that we have different contingency plans for, but the two that I'm most thoughtful about is your prom and your graduation. So what are your thoughts and hopes for a prom and graduation?
So for prom, I'm not really pushing to have one. At this point, I feel like it would be very thrown together because at this point in time in the school year, you would have your table, you would have your limos, you would have your dresses, which I know Maitland and I both don't have a dress. And I feel like it would just be thrown together if it was very last minute. So if it happens, like it would be great, but I just feel like it wouldn't be the same as other years. And then with graduation, I would love to graduate and I would love to like walk and have that once in a lifetime experience. But also having a ceremony in the summer when some people are already gone and they're your best friends that you spent 6 years with and they wouldn't be there to walk with you, like that would be really hard to do too.
Okay, good. Thanks for sharing. Maitland, what's your thoughts?
I agree with the prom and how it would be so much fun to have one, but at the same time, we don't have dresses, which we could probably get one, but it just wouldn't be the same. And graduation, I leave for college July 5th. So if we were to push graduation back into the summer, I would be missing it twice. So if we are going to have one, I just hope that it's obviously before I leave, but that it's as normal as possible as well.
Okay, good. Well, thank you both for sharing your thoughts. And I asked that question with genuine interest in hearing from as many of the seniors and senior leaders as I can as we assemble. As I said to one of the journalists, newspaper reporters in the community, we have a contingency plan for everything on multiple layers. So my first hope is the governor is supposedly making some statements perhaps now around the noontime about the reopening plan. So we're not ruling out yet that we might be back in here for a somewhat normal closure. If that's the case, we still have the Sheraton, we still have all the things at the end of the year on the calendar. But at the same time, it's our job to plan for other ways to do the same thing. So that's why I asked you that question. You both talked about not having a dress yet, and that's something that with my think tank I've been talking about. Would a prom that doesn't require a dress but's more kicked back, would that be acceptable? And my thought was to save money, not have to be as expensive for the limo and all the dress and the flowers, but still have an opportunity for the senior class to come together. Would that, or is the dress for a gal, is that important? Thoughts?
It would be totally different if we had like a more laid back prom, as you would call it, and it would be just a totally different experience, but it would still be a lot of fun, I think.
Okay.
And then you wouldn't have that stress of like a limo, finding a dress, because we don't know if like dress places will be open or even tuxedo places for the guys. Like, so it'd just be a totally different experience, but I think it could be like a lot of fun.
Okay, well, and Maitland, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think if we can't have our normal prom, I think that, you know, Southern is a unique group. We make the best of every situation. So I think if we were to have a laid back prom, it would be as much fun as anything we would have had.
So I think you both know me well enough to know now I have a couple tricks up my sleeve already, and I'm asking that question because I have some really cool ideas that I think would be incredibly memorable. So would you both be willing to be part of a Zoom think tank as the calendar starts to unfold? I'd like to have a handful of the seniors who I know be able to jump in and start bouncing ideas or start listening to ideas. I don't think it would be prudent for me to share details of ideas I have here on the air because then you're held to that standard, but I would like to find out if you'd both be interested in jumping into a Zoom conference from occasionally.
Of course.
Make sense?
Yes.
Cool. All right, let's see where we are here. Let's see. Okay, now another question. Now we get into the sport specific. We've been focusing a lot on the remote learning. And we've already touched upon this, but sport specific, what are you doing to stay ready so that if the governor says that schools can reopen on such and such a date, and I'm not saying he's going to say that, but I'm hoping that something like that happens. If that happens, where are you in the readiness to jump in and compete?
I personally think the most important thing is staying in shape. If we do come back for a shortened season, we can pick up the stick. Like the skills will come. You know how to pass and throw. It's like riding a bike. But you can't be taught how to be in shape. You can't be taught how to run. So me just training extra hard to keep my conditioning and obviously working on my stick skills still in both sports and just trying to, like I said, stay in shape.
And you are there. You are in shape, so you could just jump right back in tomorrow.
Yes.
Let's hope. Let's hope. Erica, what are your thoughts on staying in shape and being ready?
So you definitely have to be physically in shape with running and doing wall ball with your stick skills, but also you have to be mentally prepared to go back. And as a team, like we are so close, so playing as a team will come back so easily, and your stick skills will come back, like Maitland said. But you have to be mentally prepared to work really hard in a short period of time and just be ready to compete when we're able to.
Well, keep training, because I got a feeling. I'm hopeful. All right, and so we got another pop-in. I think this is senior Madison Caputo. Madison, what do you got for us?
I miss having our pregame warm-ups and listening to music and just jamming out, and I miss just making memories in general with my team, especially this year. It would have been amazing because it was our senior year.
Hey, thanks, Madison. What are your plans? You already talked. You're leaving July 5th, you said?
Yes.
So that's enough. So you're going somewhere where they have a trimester. So where are you going, and what are your plans?
I'm going to the University of Louisville to play field hockey.
Cardinals, right?
Yes.
Cool.
And we leave July 5th to go take a summer class so that our load in the fall is less, as well as training all summer. We have been told that there obviously are going to be changes this summer, particularly. So just getting ready for that, I think, is just mentally preparing. And obviously my conditioning comes with that too, because I have to be ready. So yeah, I'm really excited for the next chapter, but I need to finish out this one first.
What's your favorite, a Cardinal or a Ram?
Both.
Which came first?
Ram.
Good answer. Good answer. Have you met your roommate yet, or?
We room with other field hockey players.
Okay, so it's like a group setting.
We have a quad, so there's
Okay.
4 rooms in each complete room.
Anybody else coming from the Northeast?
No, we have 2. So I'm the only New Jersey person on the team, and then we have 2 girls in my class coming from Pennsylvania, and then 1 from Kentucky and 1 from St. Louis.
New Jersey's the best. You'll rock. Erica, what's your plans?
I'm going to Kutztown University next year, and I'll also be playing field hockey, and I want to be an occupational therapist.
Okay, and do you have a timeline? Is Kutztown, some schools are announcing alternate plans. Do you know what the Kutztown's plan is yet?
They don't have an alternative plan right now that we know of. I'm sure they're thinking of things, but as of right now, for my sport, we leave mid-August.
Okay. And again, so what's Kutztown? I forget. What's their, who's their
The
mascot?
Bears.
The what?
Golden Bears.
The Golden Bears. So which is better, a Ram or a Golden Bear?
I'll always be a Ram, but I'll also be a Bear.
Jackie Ward, I text and communicate with her occasionally, so she admits, because she's up at the Coast Guard Academy, that she admits the Rams came first, but they're both very important to her, and I yield to that. Hey, we got another pop-in, one of my favorites, Casey Cabarowitz. Casey, what do you got for us?
Hi, I'm Casey Cabarowitz, and all I could say is that I truly miss being out on the field, making memories with my girls and the coaches, and I wanted to say thank you to the administration, to athletics, to our coaches, our teammates, and our parents, our whole support system, who has ever been there for us at every game, at every fundraiser, and most importantly, being there for our A-South win, making history last year. Thank you to our seniors who are pushing through. They're really pushing through, and I hope you guys are keeping your heads high, and I hope everyone's staying healthy.
Thank you, Casey. And God willing, if we can have a shortened season, I think there's a repeat in the A-South championship there. But having said that, we're going to do a transition after the next question. So Maitland, I'm going to start with you. What would you like to tell your both your teammates and other senior members of the senior class?
Underclassmen, you guys have been amazing. They are truly a unique bunch, between pasta parties, bus rides, our Easter practice, everything the season has to offer, they bring something special to it. And seniors, the past 4 years have been amazing. I couldn't have asked for better people to grow up with and play with, and the memories that we've made will truly last a lifetime.
Great message. Erica?
My youngins and underclassmen, I miss you guys more than anything, and I just want you guys to know that you guys have made my experience at Southern one of the best, and I just want you guys to never take anything for granted. You never know when your last practice is going to be, and I know sometimes it's hard to get to practice, you've had a rough day, but really make the most of it. Make the most of being with your friends every day and laughing and smiling. Make the most of every game. Make the most of everything you do. It's going to end eventually, and it might end sooner than you want it to, so just make the most of it. and my fellow seniors. It's crazy, but it's ending really soon, and we've made the best memories, and I can't wait to see you guys all again soon. And just remember all the times that we've had laughing and smiling, and the memories we've made will last a lifetime.
Great message, 2 great messages. Thank you so much. Talking about great messages, here we have another pop-in, senior Olivia Morawski. Olivia.
Hi guys, I'm Olivia Morawski, and I'm a senior, and I play defense for the girls lacrosse team. I've been playing for Southern since I was a freshman. So since I was a freshman, and I was brand new at lacrosse my first year, that year we had the most amazing seniors, and they were not only amazing to me, but I know they were amazing to a couple of my friends that were brand new also. And they made sure that they helped us when we needed it, that we could always come to them. I still talk to a couple of them to this day, just because that they were such good people and they helped me with so much more other than just lacrosse. And so once I thought about being a senior and how much that meant to not only me, but all of the seniors, I was like, I want to be a role model for the incoming freshmen or just the underclassmen in general. And so thinking about all of that, like, it stinks that I won't get the opportunity to be as big of a role model as I had going through Southern and going through the program, but I want all of the underclassmen to know that they can come to me or any of the other girls for anything. No matter if it's about lacrosse or anything, they can always come to us. And I know it stinks not being, like, because some of the freshmen don't get to have their first crazy egg hunt for Easter. And I miss that too. I won't get to have my last, and that stinks because that's just been one of the best parts. And us not being able to have a senior night. I feel like since you're a freshman, you watch all these seniors walk down the football field with their parents and they get flowers, and you hear Coach Lombardo saying over the loudspeaker your name and where you're going to college and what your plans are. And it's just crazy that you plan it out in your head for so long, and something so crazy like this can change it. So we just all got to keep our fingers crossed, stay home, stay safe. Hopefully we still have somewhat of a season. I'm hoping for the best, and I hope you all are too. I hope you guys are staying safe. Bye.
Okay, Olivia, so you brought tears to everybody's eyes in the studio, so while everybody else, camera's on me, while everybody else dries up, and I'll eat humble pie. Olivia, thank you so much for decorating your parking spot. No, you and Sammy are not going to get in trouble for that, and I hope that other seniors do the same thing, and please do it with chalk as opposed to anything permanent. And thank you, Olivia and Sammy, for decorating under the canopy. That was also very moving when I came into the school last Friday morning to do the first broadcast. That brought me to tears. But now, with everybody having a chance to dry up, now we'll go back to the group shot. And thank you again, Olivia, that you did that. So, Coach, I got to ask you, so I've heard a couple times about this Easter egg hunt, and I know you do this and a couple other really unique things. So what's this Easter egg hunt?
So it's kind of evolved into, it was just an egg hunt with candy. Whoever collected the most eggs, I'm going to my 6th season here, so whoever collected the most eggs got out of running. And then it kind of evolved from that to wear your ugliest holiday outfit, and you could wear whatever you want. So it went from girls going to the thrift store, spending $6 on, like, I don't know, outfits. And then the past couple of years it evolved into almost like Halloween / Easter / holiday ugly outfits. And we've had things go from pixelated pictures to a wedding to the Easter Bunny coming to one practice and running down to the boys' practice. I'm not sure if Coach Pamp was very happy about that, but the boys chased the Easter Bunny off his field. And then we have some golden eggs that I put out, and there's, I think, 4 with various gift cards in them, from Starbucks to Dunkin' to Wawa. So, and that's basically, the seniors kind of go around and looking, and I use probably all 3 fields everywhere, and I go out probably an hour and a half before practice. My daughter used to help me do it, and then the past 2 years I've done it by myself. And then Jen McBrien helped me out last year. She donated some eggs from the Stafford. So I think last year we probably had close to I think 600 eggs.
Well, that sounds like way too much fun. But now I get why the bus rides, there must be a ton of fun in sport under your leadership, which I've learned is important. Coach, Mrs. Vile and I, my colleague in the district office, she's a successful Division I athlete in her own rights, for a multi-sport athlete. And her and I were talking philosophies of hiring coaches, and she said it's got to be fun. And because I never related athletics to fun, it was about success. So we got into a deep philosophical discussion about fun versus success. And I've yielded to her, because when I do the TV broadcast now for the SNN winter broadcasting schedule, which we were supposed to do your team, but of course that's on hold, I looked at the girls' bench during basketball and how much fun they were having.
Right.
And I look at the boys' bench, and it was a whole different bench. So there's obviously different approaches. Not one's right or not one's wrong, but I commend you for your leadership in providing these girls with such a positive experience. Hey, we got another pop-in. It's Corinne Hughes. Corinne, what do you got for us?
Hey Southern, I'm Corinne Hughes, a sophomore on the girls lacrosse team. I want to give a shout out to the team, especially the seniors. I hope everyone is safe and healthy, and I miss you all. I was really looking forward to the season. See you soon. Go Rams.
Hey, thanks, Corinne. Coach, Olivia also referred to senior night, which is what triggered, I think, a lot of tears in here. Any hopes of a senior night, and what are you looking at there?
I mean, obviously, I would love for the girls to experience senior night on the football field, being introduced with their parents.
It's okay.
Sorry. So, I have ideas with the other coaches. We've already started talking, along with my husband, Ken. You know, if they don't get to experience the actual night, I have a bunch of different ideas that we plan on doing, and hopefully, you know, things will work out and they do get to experience it, because I know that's the biggest thing they want to do. And I know when I spoke with them last weekend, what was one thing that they wanted to do, and they all pretty much said they wanted to put their uniform on one more time. So we are thinking of some plans, but we'd much rather be on the football field.
Well, again, we got to see what the governor has to say, and maybe that opportunity is there. But I would offer to you my support. Anything that you come up with, if we're not able to convene a shortened season, anything that you come up with that would resurrect or give some semblance of a senior night, the administration and the athletic staff gives our full support to that. So there isn't anything that's off the table. We'll have to respect the guidelines like we are here. Normally
Right.
we'd be sitting shoulder to shoulder. We're sitting over here and coughing in our sleeves, and all the things we have to do for the greater good. But as your thoughts and ideas for senior night go forward, you got full support from us.
We'll definitely reach out, you know, obviously to, you know, Chuck Donahue and yourself, just to make sure some of the ideas that we have floating around. I mean, I've seen a bunch of different ones. I've talked to other coaches in the shore conference.
Well,
So.
anything's on the table. Just like
Okay.
with prom and graduation, it's all on the table because they have earned it. They deserve it.
No, 100% they do.
Talking about seniors, we got another one ready to pop in. Ava Ruff, what do you got, Ava?
Hi everyone, my name's Ava Ruff. I'm a senior and I miss my girls and my coaches more than anything. And I just hope everyone is staying safe and healthy and that we can see each other again soon.
Great message, Ava, and we're hoping the same thing. And also, you'll like to know that Coach was able to dry up a few extra tears during your message. So, again, thank you for that. Coach, before this all happened, you're coming off of A South and a great deep run, shore conference and so forth last year. What were your goals for this particular season?
I mean, obviously to repeat as A South champions. I mean, last year, you know, making school history with winning A South for the first time, and actually clinching it was happened last Thursday. So that was a great memory to pop up, and I shared it on our Twitter account. So that was definitely one of them. Another one was we were playing RBC again last year, and our game against RBC was, you know, a little rough, but they had some pretty solid D1 athletes on that team, and I think this year we could have given them a little bit more of a go. So, and then again, making a deeper run into the state tournament, because at one point I remember saying, and I'm going to say this to Erica, when I said, at what point did you know we could beat Cherokee? And they said, when you called the timeout. But we had already dug ourselves a hole that we were just playing catch up the entire game. So I think now that they realize that they can start competing with the Cherokees, the Lenapes, the Easterns, that you know, making a deeper run in the state tournament was definitely one, and obviously, you know, making a go in the short conference tournament.
Well, and all reasonable goals after watching last year and how many stellar performers were coming back, and how many youngsters were developing into key role players. No doubt that those all would have been realistic goals, and still are, because it may be a shortened season. Again, we're holding out hope. Hey, we got another pop-in, one of my favorite seniors, Sophia Del Valle. Sophia, what do you got?
Hello, my name is Sophia Del Valle, and I am a part of the girls lacrosse team. I was really looking forward to our season. At practices, we all got along well, and I could tell we were going to do great things. I missed our practices when we would laugh, but also take care of business. I was super excited to play games and for our senior night, but it's okay. I'm hoping just to play one last game for Southern. I would like to give a shout out to the amazing coaching staff for always making us smile during a time like this, and all the Southern faculty for everything they have done for us, and for the class of 2020. Thank you so much.
Hey, great message, Sophia. And thank you, Sophia, for always making my pork roll, egg and cheese so special from Bagels and Beyond. When I know Sophia's working, I always put my order in. Now both to Maitland and to Coach, you know, it sounds like you guys have a ton of fun, and usually practices aren't really fun for most sports, but it sounds like you guys have a ton of fun. So what do you miss most about practice?
I think a lot of coaches, when you ask them to play music during practice, it's kind of like a no, like you're gonna mess around. But when our playlist is going, we mean business, and that is, I mean, we do, I think, the best job in practice when we have our music going, because we are in game mode, we're getting ready, we're thinking about what we're gonna do, and we're focused, even with music playing in the background.
Cool. Well, that's become somewhat common now for music to be playing, so obviously it pumps everybody up. So, Coach, what are you missing?
About practice, I'd say our dance parties, especially when we're inside. All the coaches get involved, Coach Gombardo, Coach Kazicki, and Coach Arkoff. So we do a lot of the dances that they do during phys ed class, so when we're doing that. But I, truly miss the camaraderie that the girls have and that I have with my coaching staff.
Sure.
At practices and stuff like that. So, like I said, we bought the speaker last year, and it kind of has just become a staple on the bus too.
Well, warm it up and get the battery charged, because we got to be hopeful. And again, that's going to be a resonating thing. We got to be hopeful. We got to think that we're going to have a chance. Good. Maitland, who's the one? If we have a shortened season, what opponent are you looking most to having a rematch with?
Jackson.
Well, that's the same as the boys program. How about that? Why?
Well, Jackson is very different for us. We go out there and we play, every single one of us plays with 150% heart in that game. And no other game is like it. And, last year we beat them 16-6. And we had 6 scorers. So we don't just show that we have one good player. We show them that we are a team, and we are a fabulous team with an amazing coach.
Great answer, and so I will tell Chuck Donahue Jr. to schedule them first and last as the first conference game, and then as an independent game if we get a shortened season. Hey, we got sophomore Shay Cassidy popping in. Shay, what do you got?
Hi, I'm Shay Cassidy, and I'm from the Southern Regional Girls Lacrosse team. We're 40-something days into quarantine, and it definitely is a challenge to be away from your teammates and your friends for this long. But you got to work with what you got. Better safe than sorry. I've been doing stick workouts from home every day and trying to keep up with my cardio and fitness. And I hope we get some type of modified season, and I hope to see everybody soon.
Thanks, Shay. What a good message there. You got to work with what you got. I think Southern's a shining example of that. This is the hand we've been dealt, and we're doing the best we can with it. To both Coach and to Maitland, if we have a shortened season, what would it require for you to declare that season to be a success?
Putting on my uniform one last time.
Seeing the seniors at senior night.
Okay. Well, let's make sure it happens. That got me. Hey. Sorry.
You've been there. It's all good.
Another pop in, Riley Johnson.
Hi everyone, it's me, Riley. I'm a sophomore and I'm at the field right now wishing we were all together, practicing and making even more memories than last year. And I was thinking back from a year ago today, we clinched a share for A South for the first time in this program for like the history. And I just want to tell everyone to keep our heads up and we can get through this together.
Hey, thanks, Riley. What a great message. Now, so as we're wrapping this up, any last messages from either coach or for Maitland and we're going to combine the last couple questions into this one because we kind of covered the class of 2020 before. So any last minute messages for your teammates, for the Southern community?
Stay safe, stay together, stay well, enjoy your time with your family, your friends, obviously on FaceTime, Zooms. I know that's what a lot of the girls have been doing, but stay positive, Southern. Girls, stay positive. Hopefully we'll be together soon.
And we got one more popping, and then I'll finish up with Maitland. So we got Tara O'Neill popping in. Tara?
I definitely miss the bus rides to and from games, but I just want to thank the coaches and the athletic staff for everything they've done for us.
You're welcome, and you deserve it. And the last one goes to Maitland before we give credits to all the production team. Maitland, what's your wrap-up message to your classmates, to the Southern community?
Like Johnson said, stay safe, stay healthy. The sooner everyone is safe and healthy, the sooner we can come back and get back to our normal lives. To my team, I miss every single one of you. I really hope that we can get back and see each other soon.
Great message. And by the way, all this sniffing is not the COVID-19. It's allergy season. Allergy season. We'll go with that, all right? And so as I wrap up, I want to thank Coach Johnson on camera, Maitland Demand off camera now, but started the show, Senior Erica Barbera. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. It's meant an awful lot to me. I hope it's been impactful for you as well. People behind the scenes, none of this would be possible were it not for you. Senior Shayla Duca, thank you for being there on the soundboard. And also for Teacher Leah Lucas and Taylor Brennan. Leah is a teacher and she's working also the technical side of it, and Taylor works from home and receiving all the IT information and then putting this all together. Also want to thank finally the members of the team who all jumped in via their message. That's Tara, Shay, Ava, Corinne, Emma, Madison, Abby, Lauren, Laura, Kate, Skylar, Sophia, and Olivia. Thank you so much for popping in. And wrapping this show up again, it's Craig Henry. It's an honor to be here. It was good to see you. I can't wait to see you.